Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Pittsburgh Planning Board regular meeting for Monday, August 17th, 2026. Call this meeting to order and certify that we do have a quorum. Miss Alston is not here, as well as Miss Christina Piard. Has everyone had a chance to go over the agenda? They have any
Oh,
Yeah, it's good.
right for the agenda? Has everyone had an opportunity to go over the agenda? Do they have anything they would like to change? If not, I'll take a motion to approve as opposed or proposed.
So move.
second.
Motion by Ms. McAdams and seconded by Ms. Alston. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Great. The agenda is approved. We do have we do have to make a motion on Mr. Buster's absence of last month. I know we've all discussed the reasoning for it. So with that, I would like to get a motion to hopefully approve his absence.
Is excused.
A motion by Mr. Wilson to excuse the absence. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, I think Connie said it first. Ms. McAdams for a second. All in favor of excusing Mr. Buster's absence for last month's meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And that is unanimous. And the minutes. Anybody have any modifications to the minutes? Hearing none, I'll take a
I'm gonna go motion to approve the minutes as is.
motion by Ms. Olson, second by Mr. Buster. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimous. Minutes are approved and we can go into development services updates.
Just have four short updates for the planning board, and I appreciate your time this evening. Just as a reminder, our planning director starts on August 31st. It is Kevin Lewis, and he is from Nightdale, and he'll be joining us. So the next meeting will be introducing him. There is a process update for the UDO items that will be coming in September. We want the Board of Commissioners to sign off on the basically adding some items to that process. And there'll be a letter to industry that should follow that. There is a development map online that is available, and the next meeting in September, we will do a presentation of how that can be navigated, how you can sign up if you need assistance for something on that map. It basically tells you where in the process any development that is in town that is happening, everything from site plan all the way through construction. And then the UDO comment site is also up and running. And we will do a presentation on a portion of that next month as well. So we just can give you some updates for what's coming for next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We did not have anyone sign up for public comment. We will move on to our first action item, PB 26215, Intrepid build rezoning.
Evening, board.
Good evening.
Okay.
This is conditional zoning case PB 26215, Intrepid Build Property. And sorry. The subject property is approximately 4.047 acres and is located along Highway 15501, just south of the Hall River Filtration Plant, and across the highway from some single-family residential and a bit north of some single-family residential, as well as the Chatham Parkway that's under construction. The property is currently developed with a single-family residence, a detached garage, a storage shed, and a swimming pool. The property is currently zoned Rural Residential Agricultural District, which is the RA2. The adjacent zoning districts to the north are Rural Agricultural District, which is the RA5. And then to the south, west, and east are Rural Residential Agricultural District, which is your RA2. The applicant is proposing to rezone the property to Community Mixed Use Center Conditional Zoning District. And the intent of the Community Mixed Use Center and the UDO is to provide lands to accommodate moderate to higher intensity, auto accessible, and development that's appropriate for highway commercial areas to serve the town and the region. And the intent of the CZ onto this Community Mixed Use Center is to be consistent with the character of the surrounding areas, so it's a bit lower intensity. The Pittsboro land use map classifies the subject property as residential. Therefore, the proposed rezoning to community mixed use center conditional zoning is inconsistent with the land use classification. And a little bit about this. In the applicant's case, the proposed conditional zoning is consistent with the overall goals of the Pittsboro land use plan. So making sure that growth and encouraged growth is safe and smart along transportation corridors such as Highway 15501. And under state law, the NCGS 160D 605, the Board of Commissioners can basically approve a rezoning and it can be inconsistent with a land use plan. And if they approve it, it makes it that future land use gets amended concordantly. And so no separate plan amendment would be needed to update the future land use map. The applicant conducted a community meeting on March 31st, 2026, and the community meeting report is attached in your packet. A full list of uses in and zoning conditions can be found starting on page 2 of your staff report. The applicant is proposing residential uses such as single-family detached and live-work dwellings, as well as office and recreational uses, including community gardens, office buildings, greenhouses or nurseries, community centers, and indoor and outdoor private recreation and entertainment facilities. Permitted accessory uses include accessory dwelling units, fences and walls, storage sheds, and swimming pools, spas, or hot tubs. I want to point out 2 conditions that speak directly to some of the concerns raised at the community meeting about noise and development intensity. For any outdoor recreation facility, outdoor lighting is going to be shut off at no later than 10 p.m. To kind of reduce that not light or noise to surrounding properties, as well as the condition for outdoor entertainment uses. We're excluding weddings and concert venues or parties that run past 2 p.m. And another condition that's specific to this property, if the property is redeveloped, they will only have 1 driveway access point. This will limit the multiple points of ingress and egress for 15501. As well as parking is going to be located on the side or the rear of the property. And so planning staff recommends approval of the conditional zoning case PB 26215 Intrepid Build Property as proposed by the applicant. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Tyler Stinson is also here, the applicant, to also answer any questions.
Thank you.
Yeah, question real quick. The property to the north is actually, it's not residential currently. It's the water treatment plant, right?
Yes.
Okay. It just showed that on the sheet. Okay.
There is kind of like a little sliver that is a separate parcel, but it is still
Yeah.
owned by the the town of Sanford.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah. Making sure.
I believe I saw in there somewhere that they don't plan to remove the house. They plan to use that building.
Correct. So yeah, that building will remain and it'll be converted into office space, most likely.
Like the whole house or just part of it?
I believe the whole house.
Okay.
So the plan is, to mainly. Hey everybody, I'm Tyler Stinson. I'm a project manager with Intrepid Build. First of all, sorry that Zach and Claire couldn't be here, the owners. Two, also want to congratulate the town on the new planning director. That's a big move for the town, so I'm excited about that. But for the property, our main goal is to get all of our staff under one roof. Right now, we're on multiple projects, multiple properties as our offices. So this would allow us all to get under one roof and be a team and start collaborating together. So to answer the question, it would be to look at upfitting the existing property to be more of a, like an office area for us to have offices and workspace.
Any other plans for the property? I mean, the house doesn't fill up the whole space. So.
Currently, no, our main goal right now is just to be able to get in there and make it our office for Intrepid Build, for all the project managers, construction staff and supporting staff. And then possibly looking at, adding some options that we have, like, as a commercial builder with unlimited, electrical license and, unlimited construction. We'd like to showcase some of our capabilities on site. For example, we're partnered with American Buildings. It's a steel structure, new core. So potentially looking at an accessory structure or another principal structure added onto the site to showcase or expand our opportunity as growth. As Intrepid grows, of course, we want to hire more project managers, staff to run more work.
So those accessory or showcase buildings would be other office space?
Essentially, yes, ma'am. It'd be attached. Right now, our thought is to look at like maybe attaching it to the existing structure if we need to expand upon our current occupancy load on the house. But again, that's not something as a site plan right now, or something that we have like hardcore designs on. Just kind of some thoughts that we've had initially.
Thank you.
What do you anticipate being the capacity?
That's something I would assume the fire marshal would be able to give us, but we would be within that that requirement from the fire marshal's office as occupancy load for the property. But I mean, right now we're less than 20 employees. Most of those employees are field staff, so they'd be on site running work. They wouldn't necessarily have an office, but they would have a shared office that could be a landing spot if they're in the office, but it'd be mainly for like project managers, the owners, of course, and like a conference space that we can bring clients in to talk about projects.
Okay.
We have no further questions and accept a motion.
So the motion will approve the changing of the rezoning.
All right. Motion by Ms. Alston to approve the rezoning. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Wilson. All in favor, say aye. All opposed?
Opposed.
All right, one nay. The motion passes 5-1.
Just want to say thank you, and again, thank you for the staff for working with us through this process. Very appreciative. And again, you're welcome to stop by, answer any questions you have, but we definitely want to be a community partner with the town and the county as we're growing. Thank you.
Are y'all in it now? Like somebody's there in case you said stop by anytime. Are y'all there or
The owner is.
the owner? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. Move on to our second item, PB 26370, Hinton property rezoning.
Again.
This is conditional rezoning case PB 26370, otherwise known as the Hinton property. And this property is approximately 0.4 acres. It's located along East Salisbury Street, directly south from the new town hall site, and just north of the Walgreens off of 64. To the west is commercial and office space, and to the east is single-family residential. The property is currently developed as a single-family residence, and it has a detached metal short storage shed on site. The property is currently zoned high-density residential district, which is the R10. Adjacent zoning districts to the north and east are also R10, and to the south is neighborhood commercial conditional use, which is C1, CU. To the west is light industrial, which is the M1, and highway commercial, which is the C2. The applicant is proposing to rezone the property to office and institutional conditional zoning district. The intent of the office and institutional district is to provide lands to accommodate a mix of office, institutional, small-scale retail services, and multifamily development that serves as a transition between higher density and mixed-use industrial districts and residential districts. The Pittsboro land use map classifies this subject property as downtown support, and therefore the proposed rezoning to office and institutional conditional zoning is consistent with the land use classification. The applicants, Deborah and Pete Hinton, conducted a community meeting on June 11th, 2026, and the community meeting report is in your packet attached. A full list of the proposed uses and zoning conditions are also found on page 2 of the staff report for this application as well. And the applicant is proposing residential uses, so a live work, a single family duplex or townhome, along with some small scale office or commercial institutional uses such as medical and dental offices, restaurants, office or government admin space, yoga, galleries, libraries, or bed and breakfast uses. And all accessory uses for the O&I office and institutional zoning district would be permitted according to the accessory use specific standards within our UDO in sections 3.3.4 and 3.3.5. I would also like to highlight 2 additional conditions. So Tri-River Water will need to issue a will serve authorization for vertical construction. And if the property is ever redeveloped or new construction occurs on the property, all parking is going to be located on the side or the rear of the property. So it won't be fronting on East Salisbury Street, and there will be sidewalk connection on site. Planning staff recommends approval of this conditional zoning case PB 26370 as the applicant offers. And attached in your packet is the applicant's presentation. She couldn't be here tonight, but in her place is Mr. Andrews, if you have any questions that he may be better suited to answer.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
Just a couple of general questions. Hey, this one may be yours. So, we have some structures and areas that are designated as historical. Now, this particular property, I do believe, does not have any formal designation, but could be of historical interest. So do we have anything on the books that requires advance notice for the demolition of the structure?
Yeah, but there's supposed to be a report side. If we were gonna do that from the county side, that would be at the county level, I think it's done. Because we don't have that in our list. When any of the plans actually come in, they have to go through county, and that includes Cy. He does all the historic and the notes. That has to be on that part first. We don't do that piece. That's not it's not even within our UDO on that part. That's on his side. So we will have to wait to that stage for that piece comes into play.
So, I mean, we've got a couple conditions here about parking in the rear, sidewalk connection, et cetera. So here's my question, and again, is it a plausible or a plausible condition by the town to be notified in advance of the demolition of a building?
Yes, we could put that in as a condition.
Okay. I don't know what the feelings are of the rest of the board here, but, again, there is no formal designation, but there is historical interest. And I think that we should, have a condition that prior to any demolition, that there be a 90-day advance public notice and notice to the town.
I agree.
That sounds fair.
I noticed,
I can speak to the intentions of the sellers, just so you know that. I didn't put their blood, sweat, and tears into this. They renovated it from absolutely nothing to the structure it is now. They do have a condition that they're offering owner financing, and if it was owner financing, they want the structure to remain as it is. They don't want us to destroy it or modified to a great extent and destroy the historical aspects of it. So they hope it remains as is or whatever, but I understand your concern.
Yeah, yeah, I don't give a whole lot of credence to hope, so.
I noticed that some of the neighbors' comments were concerns about parking. And I think it said that the maximum number of spaces was 14 to 16 or something like that.
I think based on the backyard area that we have and impervious surface requirements, that's the max that we can have, yeah.
So I'm concerned about that. I used to work in the building that's an old house at the corner of Salisbury and Masonic, which is right down the street from there. And we probably had 12 to 15 employees. And so I'm thinking, if you can put that many people as employees in the building, and then maybe they're seeing clients, whatever they're doing, it sounds like parking could be an issue if you can only park 14 to 16 cars in the parking lot.
My understanding is that there's new legislation that's just passed by Raleigh that parking is no longer under our purview, municipalities and otherwise. I understand your concern. I'm a huge advocate for parking in Pittsburgh. I wish we had more parking in Pittsburgh, but it's just the limitations of the property and the situation in Pittsburgh as it is today. But I understand your concern.
And currently the driveway is on the Salisbury Street. I mean, the building's on a corner lot, but the access is from Salisbury Street. Is there any plan to change that to make access on the Farrell Street side?
There's no plans for us to change the driveway and everything. The reason why we sought this is we have not found the interest at the residential level because of Walgreens and the future town hall and everything. And so we thought that a somewhat push toward the commercial zoning O&I was the perfect situation. But I'm assuming there would be some kind of site plan approval as far as entrance and driveways are concerned. So the current owners don't have any plans as far as where it would go, but I'm sure if the town felt as though one entrance was better than the other, the applicant would have to do so, right?
We are simply changing the zoning. When a house ideally is sold, the next owners would either have or have not some form of controls that we put on the zoning. I'm not sure that even the historic controls would be there after the sale. I don't know how that would work, but that's the process, right? And
This would just change what they could do by right.
yeah.
And how they could sell it.
Correct. And then, there would be a plan. However they decide, there would then be a site plan that would be another process later on.
You guys are giving us the guardrails.
So we could not put any minimum parking requirements on it. That is the new state statute. Cannot change that. For any kind of access, that would be dependent on what they're asking to do specifically, and that would be a site plan and CDs both for that. So we would actually see both of those and go through it. You know, I'm going to do the safety analysis for any new driveway requests, and if they, depend on what it is, it could require TIA. So it just depends on if they're making modifications at that point beyond what the structure is and that use.
What's the status of those two streets that are perpendicular to the house? Is there on-street parking allowed or not?
No. Not unfair. I mean, that might be allowed, but it's not supposed to be there. It's too tight for that.
No, that's what I thought, but
No, the section that's going to have potential parking with the town hall is on, I think, on the other side. So it's not on that side specifically.
Is it on the, you're saying that there's going to be parking on Thompson? Or on, or I don't know.
So go back and look at the design. One of the streets has on-street parking. I can't remember what section, top of my head. Sorry.
I guess to your point, is there a plan to expand Farrell Street
No.
or Salisbury or Thompson?
The portion that is coming off the town hall side is what's already there. It's being
Yeah.
dated. And then the parking inside with the expansion in the future for town hall, that's all that's on that
Yeah,
lot.
well, it is tight. I mean, making the turn onto Salisbury from Farrell is dangerous-ish.
yeah.
So there,
And that, those are all items that would come, if they, when they propose a plan, they may have to do some street improvements.
That would be site plan CD.
That would come at that point.
Because they haven't come in with any kind of plan to go with this, there's no way to make any requests on those items because we don't know what that would be. And we don't have a TIA, we don't have any analysis for what that driveway would look like. So putting that on at this phase would not be appropriate.
I guess at this point, it's kind of, and I'm not singling out Mr. Andrews, but he could tell you anything you want to hear now, essentially. But it wouldn't matter once site plans come through and things are actually done. This is just giving them, like he said, the guardrails for what they can do by right.
And with consultation with the town, some of those uses that would normally be used under O and I were eliminated voluntarily just because we wanted to keep it within the bounds of what most people would want there.
Any further questions or discussion on that?
For me, it's consistent with our future land use map, and that's what we're here to assess. And
I
I
agree.
think that it fits right in and it's what we wanted it to be and feel good about it.
I agree. There's nothing else, and I'll accept a motion.
I'll move to approve the rezoning.
Second.
So moved.
It's the time to propose an amendment.
So,
that needs to be now.
yes.
Okay, I propose an amendment that a condition be placed on the rezoning so that if the structure is to be demolished, that there be public notice at least 90 days in advance.
Sorry, Alan, we might have jumped it a little bit because technically we did have a motion to approve and a second. So I think technically we need to vote on as is before before proposing the condition. Or can she amend her? Would you, okay,
Yes, I'll amend my recommendation of approval to include Alan's condition
And I'll second it, so.
for notice of historical building demolition. Not
That was,
historical, building demolition.
just a notice. Did you say 90 day?
90 days.
90 day notice of any demolition. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve the rezoning case with the condition of a 90-day notice of any demolition of the current structure. All in favor, say aye.
Okay.
Aye. All opposed? Aye. The second was Miss Alston. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, that was all we had as far as action items. Do we have any discussion items from staff? I guess you already gave us, updates. And we'll go to, board comment. Is anything anybody would like to share?
I'll share. For anyone who
Charity.
doesn't know, this is my last meeting.
No.
Yeah, I've been on the board for 5 years. It's been really a great pleasure. Thank you so much to staff for all your hard work that you do for the town. I feel like I'm leaving you guys in really good hands.
You'll be missed.
Thank you, Charity. Your contribution to this board is absolutely going to be missed. It's been very, very appreciated. Thank you. You said even 5 years?
5 years.
Yeah. Okay, so then also with that, she is the vice chair. I'm going to wait until we have, until the town board appoints another member and we have a full board to vote on the next vice chair. So that we're all on the same page there. That's,
Just have one thing. I do have a request from staff. Could you give us, at the next meeting, a summary of what the changes have been, as far as parking, the new regulations that go into effect? I appreciate it.
One of the items on next month.
Okay, all right, great. Thank you.
good, yeah. That'll be good. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to share before we adjourn? All right. Well, thank everybody for being here tonight, making it a nice, smooth, good meeting. With that, then, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn?
Motion by Ms. Alston. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Charity. All in favor, say aye.